Hey everyone, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley on YouTube today. I'm excited to see you all today. I just finished up within my Facebook group. I've been doing a Q4 planner challenge, kind of going through planners and how to do them and all sorts of stuff. So it's in my Facebook group. The link should be in the description below. So feel free to go in there. Everything's going to be linked on the units page, so you can go through, see. It's a free course challenge. It's been a lot of fun. I've kind of had a lot of fun, and there's a lot of good info in there, I think. So you're welcome to go join my Facebook group and check that out. Let's see, what other things? Oh yeah, I have planner templates for sale on my website. So if you need some calendar and planner templates, yearly 2021 what year is it? And then monthly 2-page monthly spreads and stuff, and that's on my what is my page? publishwithashley.podia.com, and there's stuff on there for sale. And I'm going to be adding to that and doing some fun stuff. I don't know, I've been playing with some stuff, so I'm going to add some stuff into there. There's also a course, so if you're just starting with KDP, you don't know what you're doing, there is a course, beginner kind of 101, kind of goes through everything you need to know, and there's some cool software and templates and all sorts of fun stuff in there to kind of show you how to do it. But today we are going to be talking about Pinterest, okay? So I have been doing a lot of research into Pinterest and how can you use Pinterest. So I've got my notebook here. How can you use Pinterest to do your brand, and what is cool about Pinterest? So I wanted to kind of share some interesting stats with you on Pinterest. All right, so reading from my notes here, some interesting things is Pinterest is free, right? It's free to get an account. It's free to put your boards up there and do a business account, and there's definitely advertising on there as well, but you can definitely try and rank all your stuff organically. There is about 320 million users. That's always nice, in front of 320 million people. It's 30% of people in the US who are on social media are on Pinterest. So that's kind of a cool stat. Here's where the stats become kind of cool. So 50% of those on Pinterest earn 50K or more, and then 10% earn 125,000 or more. So you're definitely talking to an audience who is capable of buying things, right? You are not talking to an audience that can't afford to purchase things. So that's pretty cool. This is the coolest one yet. 93% of active users on Pinterest say they use Pinterest to plan their purchases. 90% of those who are really avid users of Pinterest use Pinterest to plan their purchases. So they're not just pinning stuff to pin stuff. They're pinning things because they are considering purchasing it. The other thing I think is cool is it is a visual search engine. I love Pinterest as a user myself. I use it to get a lot of my ideas. If you go on my Facebook page and take my planner thing, I am all about using Pinterest to spark my ideas and creativity, and use it as a visual board to stimulate my creative side. I don't copy things or anything like that. I just use it for color ideas, texture ideas, templates, just different type of, I take a lot of the ideas I see and form them into my own version of something that looks completely different from whatever was out there. But I like to take aspects of it. Let's see. Also, another cool thing, pins can stay active for years, right? A lot of people say that they've mastered Pinterest. It's like a free, continual traffic source, right? Now, here's some interesting other facts about Pinterest. Okay, so Pinterest, that was kind of the cool stats of why you should be on Pinterest. Now, some of the other things that are interesting about Pinterest that maybe you're like, oh, okay, is Pinterest for me? Is Pinterest not? It is quicker. Pinterest is its algorithm will start picking up and generating traffic and getting, you will be indexed. That's the word I'm looking for. You will be indexed within weeks instead of years. Google and a lot of those other ones take years to create all the backlinks. Pinterest is not that way. Pinterest is very like user driven and keyword driven and that sort of thing. So it's a lot quicker to rank on Pinterest. The other really, really cool thing about Pinterest versus other social media forums is that it is all about having your traffic go outside sources, right? Facebook wants to keep you on Facebook. Some of the other Twitter, all those other ones, they want to keep you on their site. They don't want you going off site. Pinterest is very different. Pinterest is all about gathering all sorts of visual aspects from the internet and putting them into boards so that people can view them, organize them, and find what they're looking for in a very visual manner. And it actually lets traffic go off platform, right? If you click on that link, it sends you off somewhere, right? It sends you off to a blog or that sort of thing. Okay, so what's also interesting is that not only is it a very visual aspect, it is a very SEO driven and it's algorithm driven. So it's very, which means, okay, so since it's very algorithm driven, very SEO driven, it means that it is, there's a way to get into it, right? There's a plan, there's a thought, there's something you can do. So the question is like, what type of things convert? So it's all about like, which pin size should you use? Okay. It means, what's on your pin? Does it make the user want to click on the link or just put it on their board? They can put it on their board and they click on it too. But a lot of pins, like for example, when I'm using Pinterest for art, I like to just pin a lot of pretty art pictures. I have no desire to actually click through to the link because what I am looking at it for is for just the art, like just the looks of it, right? There's no reason for me to click on it. Home design, that's another thing. So like my daughter, she was redoing her room, so she pinned a bunch of things on her board for her room redesign, right? We weren't planning on clicking in and looking at, unless there was actually one that said how to make this thing and she wanted it specifically. So yeah, we clicked on that. So is it for just to look at and give the person an idea or a visual, or is there some sort of on the pin, some sort of reason to click through, right? So if you have a pin that says, top 5 reasons for XYZ, and then you give them 1 and 2, and then they have to click to see 3, 4, and 5, they're more likely to click. So there's definitely that aspect to it. Then there's the SEO portion, which is, based on the title page. What else? What other, pins your boards have? It has also, what's in your description, all those sorts of things. A lot of people who are on Pinterest who aren't Pinterest expert just kind of throw stuff on there and don't try and optimize anything. They just kind of toss it on there and cross their fingers. I have done that for my books, tossed them on there and crossed my fingers. I get a little traffic, so I guess that isn't a horrible method, but it's not a very good method either. So, right, if you spend a little time and learn the platform, what type of things convert, you can kind of create something that was interesting. So one of the things I actually thought was kind of cool is what sort of pin size converts. And right now, it always can change. Right now, the ones that convert are the 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 size, the longer ones, longer pins, but think mobile size. And this is why it converts now, because most Pinterest users use Pinterest on their mobile device. And how is your phone set up? It's, long and skinny like this. So it's not too long, but it's a certain size, right? So that 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 is kind of the size for a pin, because that's what optimally will show to a mobile user, and it's what they tend to like. It'll catch the eye rather than some of the smaller square pins. So I thought things like that were really interesting. Like when you consider if you just spend a little time learning the platform. So I don't know if any of you guys are interested in Pinterest in general, but I wanted to kind of bring that up as that Pinterest can really be something that you can use on your books and KDP and advertise. I know with merch, a lot of people tried to use Pinterest, but some of the problems with merch is that if your item doesn't sell, then the pin won't work, right? It won't connect to anything if it gets deleted off Amazon. So whereas KDP, your book is there, it's there forever. You don't have that problem, but you could start building up boards. And the cool thing about Pinterest is you can have links to the same product, same page. What they just like you to do is make different visual interpretations of it. So you're going to make the pin a little bit different. You're going to change the wording. You're going to take a picture of your book. You can do a video, right? I actually showed you how to make a video flip through of your book, and then you can pin that to Pinterest. So that would be something different. But you can have all these different pins that you can pin to not even just the same board. You can pin them to different boards. So you can have a bunch of boards on a bunch of different, not exactly different subjects, but different subjects within that niche, maybe different aspects and different portions. And you can pin that pin to every single board. So that's something that they are okay with and encouraged, because they want to get it out there and get it out there to the right people, as long as you are doing the right SEO in your title, the right SEO in your description. In other words. So the other thing I thought was interesting about Pinterest, let's see, I've got the last thing. It's not just about impressions for Pinterest. One of the big things, kind of like I already said, is that it's about clicks to your site. Like, that's the thing you want to entice people to get to. It's not just about getting impressions. You want them to get them onto your site. So how do you create pins that are visually interesting, and then on the back end have that SEO, have that algorithm optimized, and that entice someone to click to your site? You know, we just talked about the 5 top things. You list maybe 2 in the first 2 or the first 3, and they have to click through to get 4 and 5. And if you can make 1, 2, and 3 really juicy, then, you know, they're really interested in the top 5. Or maybe you do it opposite, you know, the countdown top 5. So 5, 4, 3, and they want to know what 2 and 1 are, right? So they're going to click to your site. So that's something. Or give them, you know, just a reason. Like I was talking about that pin for my daughter, it wasn't just here was how to do it. It was plans on how to do this and materials. And so we clicked through to see what type of materials we would need to create that book. And that was very useful. So that's the type of things you want to do. It's one of the reasons I think recipes and bloggers, they create something really pretty and, you know, put it on there and you're like, ooh, I want to know how to make that, right? So you're going to click on it. It's not just for looks. You're clicking on it because you want to know the recipe so you can make it and then, of course, eat it, right? So that's something I thought was really great. I'm doing more research into Pinterest and how to use it for books. And so I will, as I brainstorm and think of better ways to organize and use it for books specifically, and low content books, I will give you more information. There's a lot of people on Etsy who use Pinterest, a lot of people who, bloggers, oh my gosh, bloggers, right? So they're all about getting, I've been reading, they're about getting like that 25,000 clicks to their site per month. And a lot of them are doing really well on Pinterest. Well, wouldn't you like to have 25,000 views to your low content book? Hello, who wouldn't we all, right? So if bloggers can do it, and honestly, that's like, I will never make a website that has AdSense and all the things on it because it drives me crazy. I just want to read the recipe. I don't want to see like 50 videos. I know they're doing it to make money. I get it. They're giving me a free resource. I get it. I'm not bagging them. I'm just saying that I would never do that to anybody because it drives me insane. But I still do it, right? Because I want that recipe for that chocolate cake that looked really, really pretty. But they're doing it to get, you know, the ad revenue from the various Google and all the other sources. You're doing it so someone purchases your product. So there's definitely ways and means that Pinterest can help you accomplish that. Who wouldn't want 25,000 clicks to their site? And people do it all the time on Pinterest. Bloggers do it all the time. So it is something that is doable. It's something that's interesting to me anyway. Hey, Mike, you're still at work. Sorry, you can't stay. That's okay. I'm all done. So catch the replay. We're talking about Pinterest and why it's cool and why I think I'm going to try and start focusing on it a little more and learning how to really, really work it, because I think it is a way to create a lasting income for your book, like lasting traffic, right? If you can create continual traffic for years to your site, to your book page on Amazon or your website or whatever. Like, who doesn't want that? That's really awesome. All right, that's it for today. I am talked out. I've been talking for the past 2 weeks on my planner course, but like I said, like, share my YouTube channel. Go check out my Facebook group, and you can join the fun and the planner group. It'll be up there hopefully forever. Yeah, that's it. Comment, like, share, all that sort of stuff. Subscribe, all the things they tell you to do. That's good for YouTubers. That would be awesome. I will catch you all next Wednesday. Okay.